On this, the first May episode of Outlook TV, Throwing Shade, a gay feminist podcast.
Gamers, gay nerds unite.
The Normal Heart, a touching play at the PAL Theatre.
And much, much more.
Hello and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Dan Doomshaw. Outlook TV is the queer news magazine show that brings you stories from coast to coast, mostly the West Coast,
That's true.
that matter the most.
And speaking of West Coast, it's summer here already. Sorry about your luck back on the East Coast.
Yeah, that must be pretty hard to deal with. However, we're enjoying the sun.
We are.
We've already donned our Vancouver springtime and summer apparel, which is plaid.
Yes, it is. You know, hipsters unite. Actually, we're not hipsters. What are we thinking?
No, we're kind of wannabe hipsters.
I don't even want to be a hipster. I can't grow a beard.
If you could, would you?
Ooh, I don't know. It feels like it'd be really warm in the summer.
Well, speaking of beards and plaid, I hear there was a party that happened at the Cobalt recently.
Yes, it's called Lumber Twink, and I understand it comes up from Seattle, and it's a really good time.
Well, we sent our reporter Michael Frolick to check out Lumber Twink, and I have visions of caber tosses in my head and axes.
I have visions of lots of bears with big beards and plaid.
Well, let's see if our visions come true.
Well, hi there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Michael Frolick with Outlook TV, and we're here at Lumber Twink. I've got my plaid on. We're at the Cobalt in Vancouver, and we're about to see if I've got what it takes to be a lumber twink. Here we go! What do you think of the party so far?
It's been really good. Promoter Matt has been really awesome throwing this up here. Most of his events have been fun to go to. This is kind of interesting because, I don't know, dressing up like a lumberjack is way more fun than just dressing up in my regular jeans.
Tell us a little bit about your experience with Lumber Twink.
Well, Lumber Twink has been a great experience for me. We started in Portland a couple years ago, July 2012. And it was just kind of like a masculine night for people to, it's basically a costume party, you know, for people to dress up in plaid, which is the chosen costume of the Northwest.
This is the first time that you've done this party in Vancouver.
And yes, first time in Vancouver. We've done it in Portland, Seattle, San Francisco, and now to Vancouver.
Lumber Twink is a plaid party for men of any persuasion, bear, twink, daddy, boy, whoever you want to be.
Now, I understand that it was you that came up with the name Lumber Twink. Give us a short synopsis of how you did that.
Sure thing. I was at lunch with my best friend Greg in Portland at some noodle shop. And I was trying to talk about this boy that I had a crush on who lives on the west side of Portland. It was actually a group of boys. And they're sort of skinny, so the best word to maybe describe them would be twinkish, though I don't think they identify as twinks. But they also many times wear plaid and suspenders, or at least in Portland was many times the attire of bears in the town. So I was trying to say, you know, those lumberjack-looking twinks, but I have a very malleable approach to language, and I kind of slurred the words together. And I said, you know, those lumber twinks. And my friend was like, wait, what did you just say?
This is Michael Frolick with Outlook TV.
Well, these days, the queers are taking to the airwaves.
It's true. Podcasts are everywhere.
I know everyone's listening to podcasts, downloading podcasts, so we thought we need a story about podcasts.
I just want to say podcast once because he got to say it an awful lot.
Well, we were looking at queer podcasts and what is popular, what is trending, and we were looking at Funny or Die, and we found Throwing Shade.
It's true. Aaron Gibson and Brian Safi, hilarious.
Yeah, they're funny. They work off each other really good. You know, we should challenge them to switch shows.
Yeah,
They
let's
should come and
do it.
host Outlook TV, and we'll host Throwing Shade. All right, somebody make that happen. Can someone? No?
Do we get to practice a little first?
No? Okay. Well, we sent Laura Shaw to meet the hosts of Throwing Shade and find out what makes them so funny.
Aaron Gibson and Brian Safi, the hosts of the comedy podcast Throwing Shade, have taken their show on the road and have come to Vancouver to perform a live show. Let's check out what they have in store for us.
Hi, I'm homosexual Brian Safi. And this is Throwing Shade.
Welcome to
to Vancouver. How are you guys doing?
Oh, good. We're loving this city. It's very wet, like Aaron.
Yeah.
No, I mean, of course, we love it. We love it. We're so excited to be here. We've never been to the Electric Owl, certainly, and super pumped.
I've never been to Vancouver.
Yeah, it's our first time.
I've been eating all your oysters, so
Yeah.
sorry
Yeah.
you run out.
What can we expect from the show tonight? What kind of shoes are you going to bring up?
A lot of nudity. But I'm going to be bottomless. Aaron's going to be topless.
Yeah.
A lot of
I
centaur.
call it shirtless for women.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you buy your baskets? I bought all my baskets. Yeah, Vancouver, home of the basket.
It is a gross out game. We are like toddlers in that way, because you know how toddlers speak, can say words.
Yeah.
We are trying to one-up each other at all times, and I don't know. We're both from Texas. That helps.
That helps. I think we do both think the other is hilarious, and she makes me laugh really hard. She also infuriates me, and I think she could say the same thing. And I think that there's definitely, like, I mean, it really is. It's really more than having a friend, and we've said it before. It's really like having a sister, and all the.
We're the Golden Girls, but there's only two of us.
Exactly.
Madonna. Was that like, oh, too bad, or like, duh? Yeah.
If you kiss her, does it taste like cartilage? Question.
So any projects coming up other than the podcast?
We have something very exciting coming up that we can't talk about.
It's a cruise. It's a cruise with just us. We're doing the boat. We're doing the food service.
Exactly.
We're changing sheets.
Yeah.
We're doing the gasoline in the boat. We're pumping all the gasoline in the boat.
Absolutely.
Can I be the blackjack dealer?
Yes. You'll be the only one, so your table will be very crowded.
Do you want a bow tie?
Yes, I do. I'm a lesbian.
And do you know how to do this? Do you know how to do this? Okay, then then you're in.
Perfect.
Can you do anything else though? Because you have to like multitask because it's a very small boat.
Can you shake your head really disapprovingly? And we're reading glasses that are like 3/4 the size of your face.
I can try.
Okay. Also, I will say that if people don't know, we're every Wednesday on funnyordie.com as a video cast. And
I don't know if you can watch that here.
Are you insane?
Well, because I tried to get.
You can watch Funny or Die here, right?
Yeah, I watch you guys all the time.
No, there's some things you can't watch here.
Okay, you
I
can
tried
watch
to do
that.
Amazon Prime and I couldn't do it.
Okay. Well, you can do Funny or Die. So you can watch Funny or
Big
Die.
scandal.
Great. Wednesdays, and then our audio podcast comes out every Thursday.
This is from Bust Magazine. Do you consider yourself a feminist? No. Why not? Because I think it would isolate me.
From the Electric Owl in Vancouver, this has been Laura Shaw with Outlook TV.
It is that time where we're going to need to take just a little break.
But you all come back now, you hear, because we got more stories lined up for you.
Ding, 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 ding. Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
That's right. And our next story brings us to a very interesting topic of conversation. What to do if you're a gay nerd.
Oh, a gay nerd. Mm-hmm. Oh, I bet you play a lot of games, which would make you a gamer, G-A-Y-M-E-R.
See what she did there? It would be very funny if it was original, but in fact, a group has already come up with that name. It's the Vancouver Gamers, where gay nerds get together, have social space, and playtime.
And I want to know exactly what form that playtime takes.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Send a courageous reporter to get the scoop. Let's send Logan.
We're here at La Fontana, a cafe and local nerd watering hole to meet with Justin Saint of the Gamers.
At a typical gamer meetup, we usually get together and just socialize to play games. So we tend to go to either a cafe or like a board game store. Sometimes you also go to like a theme restaurant, and we play games together. Here at La Fontana, we always do karaoke and Just Dance, which is fun because it gets people active as well. And then one thing we like to do here at the Vancouver Gamers is we like to have a social aspect to it as well. So we always go out either before and after to have dinner or lunch.
When I moved into this area back in September from Texas, I was looking for a group that I could kind of feel like a part of, because I'm a big-time gamer and I'm gay, and I didn't know where to look for this, but on Reddit I found a subreddit called Gamers, and in here this was mentioned. There was a Facebook group. I went in there, I saw a bunch of really cool people, and I swung by. The gamers group is super inviting and welcoming. You come in here and you feel like you've known these people all your life in like the first 10 minutes, right? You come in and people are pulling you over aside. You should play this game, try this game, do this, do that. And it's just such a great way to just hop in and feel like you're a part of a community immediately.
The most important thing that I could possibly say about the gamers is that it's a place where I can come and actually feel comfortable around other people. It's not easy out there for a lot of transsexual people, but I've never received judgment here, and that's really important to me. The games that I try to play here are co-op games, board games where people actually get along, but usually it devolves into PvP and I tend to win.
What's PvP?
Player versus player.
Okay, one-on-one sort of stuff.
Or like you versus an entire table of other people.
I joined this group when I moved out here. I was originally living in Edmonton. I moved out to Vancouver, and I was just looking for a social active group or a gay group in Vancouver, and found this one's Facebook page. I decided to check it out. I like some of the more term games. Like one of my favorite games is Suburbia, which is like almost SimCity as a board game in a way. Also like some of the other ones, like Settlers of Catan's pretty fun. I also like some of the ones where there's a little bit more of a role-playing, like Betrayal at the House of the Hill, where you're basically acting out a horror movie in board game, and there's one random betrayal halfway through.
We're mostly operating out of Facebook right now, but if someone wants to join the Vancouver Gamers, you can just find us on Facebook. You can just search for the Vancouver Gamers, or you can go to the link.
This is Logan Alexander at La Fontana with OutlookTV.
And now it is time for our favorite part of the show,
Out Across Canada! This is your chance to share a queer story with the rest of Queer Canada. And today we prove that Out Across Canada truly is coast to coast.
We're going to start in Nova Scotia, hit Toronto, and then, oh look, we're in Vancouver.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Eureka Love, your maritime correspondent for Outlook Television. I'm going to tell you what's going on in our neck of the woods. Deception, a rock opera, is set to tour the Maritimes. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll get angry, you'll laugh again, and you'll have the music stuck in your head for days. It's the first time for the Maritimes that a woman has written, directed, and produced a musical. That woman is Katie Day. Check out the website for showtimes and ticket prices near you. The Imperial Sovereign Court of Nova Society is hosting their coronation, where their current reigning emperor and empress step down. Other chapters from across Canada and the United States come to visit and celebrate the crowning of the new emperor and empress. It's their largest celebration and fundraiser of the year. The Out East Film Festival is hosting their third year of showing queer cinema from around the world, with films that challenge, educate, and unite audiences. All showtimes are at the Neptune Theatre. You can check out their website for events and showtimes throughout the HRM. The 82nd Annual Apple Blossom Festival is happening in Kentville, Nova Scotia. There's lots to do, including an apple blossom hike, a valley tea, laser tag for the kids. They host a parade, they crown a queen, and they end it all with fireworks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't necessarily a gay event, but it sure should be. Well, that's it for me in the Maritimes. I'm Eureka Love, ladies and gentlemen, and remember, stick with me, I'll take you places.
Well, with less than a month before World Pride kicks off right here in Toronto, you might be asking yourself what exactly is happening. A lot of the answers to those questions can be found by going to YouTube and doing a search of the Daily Extra Town Hall, which aired live online May 15th. There were excellent hosts and a fantastic group of panelists that went through everything from the logistics of World Pride to the arts and entertainment and some of the acts being announced. Be sure to head over to YouTube and do a search for the Daily Extra Town Hall to plan your World Pride 2014 here in Toronto. Coming up May 22nd till June 1st is the 24th annual LGBT Film Festival Inside Out. Tickets can be purchased at the Bell Lightbox or, of course, online. And some of the films that have been creating a little bit of a buzz already include The Normal Heart, from Brazil, The Way He Looks, and from Australia, 52 Tuesdays. May 30th is the First Lady of Classical Guitar in concert performing two voices, two guitars, the one and only Leona Boyd. This concert is in support of Toronto PFLAG and Casey House. Also May 30th is one of my favorite events of the year. It's the Inspire Awards held at Hart House. And last but not least, I must do a plug for a fabulous musical coming up during World Pride, A Chorus Queen. This event will be running from June 19th till 28th. It's a World Pride affiliate event, and nearly every queen in town is in this show, so get your tickets for a chorus queen. That's all we've got time for here in Toronto for Outlook Television, but don't forget, if you see me around World Pride 2014, you can always call me gorgeous.
Our next story brings us to the second annual Pride Legacy Awards for Vancouver Pride, where recipients get awards based on the colors of the rainbow.
Oh, Dan, I would totally nominate you for blue plaid.
Oh, and Rebecca, I would nominate you for purple, royal purple. Imagine up there giving your acceptance
that
speech.
would be great. It's all
I'd like to
do
thank
with the little
everyone
people, and,
for
you know,
nominating
my co-host is
me
really
for this
fabulous,
award,
but
and it's just an honor to be
it's an honor
nominated.
to be nominated,
I just
and thank you so much.
We're here at the second annual Vancouver Pride Legacy Awards, which honor community achievement and activism in the LGBT community.
The 2014 nominees are
Barbara Finley.
What's the connection between the 8 categories and the colors?
The 8 categories are built on Gilbert Baker's pride flag, that each color represents something different. So the red one, which Tim and I are announcing the winner of, is for lifetime achievement, and red in the pride flag means life.
I was quite shocked when I got an email from the Pride Legacy Board to let me know that I was nominated, and I went, wow, I really didn't think I really deserved it. But then when my friends started to write the bio that they required of me, I was going, maybe I have done a little bit for my community, you know? Fundraising for HIV causes, or Loving Spoonful, the HIV Food Bank in Surrey, for, you know, just a few to name, for Positive Living Society. At one point it was called the BCPWA Society. You know, we fundraised years and years and years to try to keep all their programs going, right? So I was quite honored.
Tell us a bit about what you've been doing in the world of sports.
So myself, along with many other wonderful volunteers, we operate a society called Out in Sports. And under Out in Sports, we strive to create trans and queer positive and safe spaces for people to play sport, to build the sport community. So helping to foster leaders within the community by growing leagues and really reaching out into new networks. So right now we offer dodgeball, basketball, soccer, and both indoor and beach volleyball.
You've accomplished a lot already. Do you have any plans for the future in terms of raising further awareness?
Well, I think YouthGo's done an amazing job. We've been around for 20 years raising awareness about HIV. And so I'm just happy to be there, continuing to spread the message that, you know, HIV is just a virus. It's something that we should all be aware of in the community. But, you know, we have had so much progression in medical advancements and social advancements as well. So just to get that word out to people, to the general public, and also to educate young people about it, because it's an issue that affects the gay community, and so it's one thing that we should continue to be talking about a lot.
What a night. I'm Monica for Outlook TV.
I feel like we just totally had a break, but time for another one.
Well, that's the beauty of us unionizing. Us hosts against everyone else. We deserve a break, or else we'll strike.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
And now that us hosts have started a 2-person union, we'd like to celebrate 30 seconds of being injury-free, which, if you know us, is quite an accomplishment.
Yes, it is.
Our next story brings us to the theater.
Ah, the theater. I do adore the theater.
At the PAL Theater in Vancouver this month, a very special play was staged.
The Normal Heart. It chronicles the start of the HIV crisis in New York City.
Our theater-going reporter is Gary Wolfatter.
We're here at the PAL Theater, ready to see Raving Theater's production of Normal Heart by Larry Kramer. The play focuses on the rise of the HIV/AIDS crisis in New York City as seen through the eyes of writer-activist Ned Weeks.
At Glenn Fitzsimmons' party the other night, I saw one friend there I knew was sick.
The greatest creative challenge. Well, part of that is to recreate the 80s, plus also to educate the younger members of our cast to the events that surrounding the story. The cast have found it very cathartic. Those of us over the age of 40 know the time period oh so well, and it has touched on the occasional raw nerve of bringing up, lost friends and loved ones. During the final scene, which is very emotional and very sad, listening to all the sniffing and seeing people wiping eyes in the audience, and you want to go, it's okay, he's an actor, he'll be okay.
There's a mysterious disease that's going around and literally killing friends, killing people that they care so closely about, and eventually it comes down to somebody that Ned cares about so much, which is Felix, and having to watch that struggle. And you really get to see the light of how HIV doesn't just kill a person, it really kills the relationship and the soul and friendships and so many things that really do affect us on a day-to-day life. And we worked really hard trying to keep it light because and finding the humor in it and finding the joy, because that's really what keeps a relationship going is finding the moments of the pure joy and having that sense of humor towards life.
Why doesn't that alone make you want to fight harder?
Would you get off my back?
Get off your ass!
Oh, wonderful.
Ned is an incredibly complex character. I see him as this intensely passionate, almost to the point of fanatical spokesperson for standing up for gay people and saying, I say the line in the play, I say it to my brother, I say, just say it. I'm the same as you. Just say it. And that's all he wants to do, is fight for rights that everybody else would have, but gay people don't have because they're gay.
Okay, get this. The Times is finally writing a big story 20 months after the epidemic has started.
It's definitely can be inspiring to come and see such a piece when it was such a hard time. And then you look at it and I think it kind of gives you a sense of appreciation for your own life.
Our last story for tonight's episode is a hot one. It's called The Vatican.
What would Angus say?
He'd say, whip me harder. The Vatican is a fetish party for men and pups in leather and chains and whips.
Lions and tigers and bears, oh my! And your little dog, too.
No, not that kind of pup. I think it's like, I don't really know what it's like. So we sent Angus to the Vatican at Heaven's Door to find out. And hopefully they didn't leave any marks.
We're here at Heaven's Door in the heart of Davie Village, where they have a leather fetish party happening. We've got our outfit. Let's go check it out. How are you guys doing tonight?
Oh, we're doing great, actually. We're expecting a really full house, so we're looking forward to that. We just opened the doors and we're getting underway. When you think fetish, most people think it's just S&M or they lock it into a certain category. What we've done is opened it up to every realm of the fetish group. So if you're wearing rubber or leather, or if you're just into a diaper kink, or you're a puppy, which has really taken off in the city, then everyone's welcome here, including like the bisexual guys that are showing up tonight and all of that.
Shane Rooks will be doing fire dancing on stage today. He's well known. He's done Burning Man and Sin City and these sorts of things. He was here at our last Vatican party. Yes, we have a DJ here from Portland, Oregon. Jacob J, he travels all over the States. He does Pride in San Francisco, and so I asked him if he wanted to play here, and he said yes.
I'm so lucky to come out to Vancouver and be able to play some music. This is such a great city and really cool scene out here. Portland does not have a huge kink community, so it's really cool to be able to come out here and play some music with some like-minded people.
I am the president of VanPaw, which is the Vancouver Pups and Handlers. We are a group that's dedicated to growing community among those that are into human-animal role play, specifically with puppies. So it doesn't involve real dogs at all, but just imagine the fun and everything that that dogs have being in the moment, that kind of deal, and imagine being able to do that yourself.
I'm doing a rope demonstration and also violet wand, which is an old medical quackery device they used in the late 1800s, early 20th century. But the BDSM community grabbed it and figured out they can have a lot of fun with it.
I see. Now, if some people in our audience don't know what a rope demonstration is, can you give us a little bit of insight?
What I'll be doing is tying up a person. I may be suspending them left and right arm, left and right, but I'll be doing a chest harness and some other rope that's sort of either decorative or constricting. People have a lot of misconceptions about rope. Sometimes they think it's going to hurt, but I can make it very sensual, anywhere to constricting to, oh, this is not going to be good for you, but good for me.
Outlook TV, this is Angus Prott.
Well, audience, thank you for joining us on our first installment of the best queer stories that Canada has to offer for May.
Thank you so much. And you know, queer, that is one of those words. You know, a lot of people embrace it, a lot of people don't. What do you feel about that for our community?
Well, in fact, there is going to be a forum on that word, queer, and if it does apply to our whole community. It's happening on June 18th at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
It will be hosted live in Vancouver at the Fountainhead Pub. It's called Who's Queer Now? And it will be streaming live on YouTube.
That's right. It's hosted by Extra West, and we want you to join that conversation.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Dan Doomshaw. Make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and view and review us on YouTube.
And in the meantime, stay fabulous, Canada.